Hey YouTube, running out of daylight, so I hope I get this right. My name is Doug Beatty. I'm in Magnolia, Delaware, and I want to talk to you for a minute about tomahawk handles. I own this trusty dusty little cold steel Frontier Hawk. If you cannot tell, this is not the original handle. This is the original handle. By golly, if you want to throw a tomahawk, this is a good handle to have. And even if you like making handles, if you were going to throw, I would tell you to buy 3 of these for each hawk that you throw, and keep them. I really like this handle. Some people cut them, I wouldn't. Now when I got this tomahawk, I didn't know much about them. I threw it, stuck it in a tree, threw it, stuck it in a tree, yay! And then what do? Set in the mudroom. Tried to chop with it, it wasn't a hatchet, I was ignorant, didn't know how to use it. Long story short, I got into black powder shooting. Used to be quite a gun maniac. Last time I qualified as a security guard in Virginia, I think I qualified with like 12 different handguns and a shotgun. Took a while. Spent a few bucks in range fees that day. But I got into black powder shooting now that I don't do pushing and shouting people and looking for trouble. And I was asking people on a black powder forum, if you're just roaming the woods, loafing around with your revolver, what kind of knife do you carry? You know, what's your companion blade? Just for goofing off in the woods. You're not going to do anything specific. You're not planning on being out for more than a day. You're just hanging out. You've got your revolver. You got your hunting license. If you get charged by a deer, you might take it in self-defense. But you're just basically goofing off. And some of the responses were really interesting. One old-timer from Arkansas, tough old bird, went running around with a single-shot 54 caliber percussion pistol and a D-guard Bowie from Windlass Steelcraft. And then one fellow said, hey, Pearl Dog, that's my internet handle, don't overlook the tomahawk. You can do a lot with it, blah, 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 blah. And man, I was just ignorant. I kind of had to, I don't know. I just know how to throw it. Don't tell me. And so I started learning about tomahawks. And they are pretty cool. It's not an axe. It's not a knife. It is an axe, but it's not an axe. And it does a lot of work for the profile. And there's so many good videos on how to use them. I'm not going to bore you with my comments, but I did want to show you my sexy little handle that I whittled today. Now, some people will say you can easily make a handle. I think that's bullshit. It wasn't easy for me. This is handle number 4, and I had to watch a couple of videos, but you can do it. And a lot of people out there are a lot more mechanical than I am. I think the wood selection was a problem. I was trying to use wood that was too green, and this is birch, and it is literally a windfall. See, this morning, this was like part of this branch. It was like this, and now it's like this because we used tools on it. And basically the tools that I used were shovel, scrape the bark off and everything. I used my entrenching tool. Bark carries a lot of sand and other grit in. I learned from watching Wrangler Star actually. And so I took the bark off, and I actually did the carving with this shovel up to about here until I could actually get the handle all the way on the shaft. And then I roughed out the shaft, and then I switched to a Bowie knife, I think, a Bowie knife machete. And then another tool that I used was the coolest knife ever made. And, oh, right here it is in my belt. If you want a reason to hate Lynn Thompson, this is it. Cold Steel's Mini Bushman. They don't make them anymore. They make the big Bushman, the little one. It's the knife to have. Now the handle's kind of small, but if you use the spear socket and you just put a handle stick in there, man, this is just a marvelous, lovely little tool. So this is the knife that I did the bulk of the carving with. And then I use sandpaper up here to do the fine fitting, a Swiss Army knife, all to drill the lanyard hole, and then I use one of them little 4-way rasp file things to put these grooves right beneath the lanyard hole. If you can see that, I don't know, the camera's focused, but that allows you to actually pull the tomahawk head off without removing the lanyard if you have those little grooves running from the hole down. See, and the lanyard just kind of fits right in there. So that was a pretty straightforward procedure, and it was pretty easy to do. So I'm tagging Shaman's Forge Bushcraft because, Blackie, I heard you say it. You can whittle one in the field if you have to. And Zooks 11, your excellent video on how to fit a tomahawk head is why I only had to do this 4 times. And 4th time was a charm for me. Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody on YouTube that educated me about these things. And just a little shout out to people and a little heads up. Cold steel products, in my opinion, are not what they used to be. Okay, I'm an old cranky man from the 1900s. I had their gun sight folder. I still had their Seiki City Scimitar, the Seiki City 4-inch Voyager. I have an old Trailmaster. It's no cave lady. I have one of their swords. I'll never buy another sword from them. The sword I got is very nice. It's a good sword, but you can get better swords for the money than what you get from Cold Steel. Some of the items at their lower end, I just, you can get a much better tomahawk than this. But for the money, these are selling for $19 on Amazon right now. And I'm pretty sure that if you look in Zeus's channel, you can find a link. I'm not going to give you my affiliate link because I'm just not into that right now. But these are going for like $19 on Amazon. Sheath is another $4 or $5 maybe. That's cheap. So you can get some lower end items out of Cold Steel these days. They're pretty nice. They're machetes, good line of product. Some of their classics, this little entrenching tool here, I think they call it the Special Forces shovel. Now, if you're listening to somebody do a review and they've got the original handle, tell them to blow it out their ass. They haven't used it yet. If I ever do a review on this sucker, you can bet it won't be an unboxing review. This is about the 3rd handle. And man, that is just one heck of a little shovel there. Great little e-tool. So you can still get some stuff from Cold Steel that works. But most of the stuff that they have is what Zooks 11 calls project grade, and I agree. And the tomahawks fall into that category. When you get your Cold Steel tomahawk, it's going to be on a beautiful handle like this with a set screw. You can see the hole that mine put in the back of mine. And it won't be fitted properly to the head. So you're going to want to remedy that if you're any kind of a fellow at all. And if you really want to get creative, go ahead and carve your own handle. It's a lot of fun. It's very rewarding. What kind of handle do you want? Maybe you want a regular size handle with a curve in it. Maybe you want an 18-inch handle for backpacking. Maybe you want a small little handle like this. It's your tomahawk. Carve your handle. Show me your handle. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. And that's all we got to say. YouTube, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, hit the bell, comment, do all that. That's beautiful, man. I'm not going to stop you. But for me, it just means an awful lot that you watched. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.